Hi everyone, welcome stepping by my channel. It is Natasha. It is episode 6 for my fragrances series, and this is Mille Feux by Louis Vuitton. Oh my gosh, I did not like this fragrance at all. It was horrible. Let me read my notes verbatim. So it smells, this is gonna sound really weird. It smells very masculine to me, as well as old lady. So I think this is one of their unisex fragrances or perfume, and it was incredibly strong. And that's where the masculinity came from, and also kind of old lady-ish. It was like very, very old-fashioned, kind of boring, awful, disappointing, really ugly, and it smelled really cheap too. Like, you can probably smell this or something similar to that and not spend this much money on perfume. Excuse me. Sorry. It could be like one of those like really, really cheap like grandpa fragrances or old lady fragrances. I don't know. I really don't know where they buy their fragrances that would make you think of someone who is in an older sense. I mean, there are a lot of like mature fragrances. Like I've even said that in my other series or my other episodes. But there's something different between being labeled as an old person, because I think when people think of that, it kind of reminds you of someone like wearing like a muumuu and has a hairnet on and has the curlers on and doesn't even bother to get that done. And they go outside to buy groceries or something. Like, there are biologically older people that are wise beyond their years, and they've got grandkids, and they're at that specific age, but they don't act like that. To me, when I call someone like an old lady or that kind of generation, to me, it's more of the mindset. And also with the age, like I said, there are a lot of people that are in that genre. That are in that generation, and they don't act that certain way. And I think with this, that's why it's so disappointing to me, because it doesn't smell very classy. It doesn't smell very elegant. It doesn't smell expensive like what you would expect something that Louis Vuitton would have made. So that's why I'm very, like, this is probably the worst perfume I have ever smelled that came from Louis Vuitton. Probably one of the most disappointing smells that I've ever had in regards to perfume, especially in this kind of powerful fashion house. Very, very disappointing. I've said that how many times. It becomes a drinking game at a certain point. Just like awful is the word. It's not even boring. It's not even plain. It's just like bleh. Like, it's disgusting, you know? So I don't really recommend this unless you really go for something that smells like that. But I really don't. Like, it doesn't matter what age you are. Someone's smell is something significant, and it's something that a lot of people like really remember. Like, when I was a kid, my mom had this friend, I forgot her name, and I remember her just like having this bad BO, not like armpit BO, but like just sweat from her head and her neck. And I still remember that. And I remember I was probably like 7 or 8 at the time, and she was like, I mean, she was great, you know, I mean, she was great, she was loving, and she always was. And she gave me this huge bear hug. And what I know is that she came, I mean, because of that smell, like, I remember everything else. I remember she came over, it was like my birthday, I think. She came over like an hour late, and I know she was rushing. And because she said that, and you can tell, like, her hair was like a mess. Like, she had hair like everywhere. And she was like sweating, like I remember when I gave her a hug, because, you know, when you're a kid, you kind of hug them like you put your arm around on their neck, and I remember my hands were all like wet after, and it was kind of, I think I made a face because I remember her facial expression, and that's what I mean, you know, like I'm able to tell everything, like a story, because of a smell. And I still remember she wore black and red, or like a black and fuchsia kind of dress, and it went to mid calves, and she had like not very high heels, but like very thick, kind of like an inch or 2 inch kind of heel, but like the thick ones, and they were leather. I remember that. I think they were black, and they had the poofy sleeves right here. And like I said, I was like 6, 7, or 8 at the time. This was a while ago, so I still remember it to detail. I still even remember it was sunny out, and she hugged me, and the fridge was right here, right next to us. So that's why I'm really conscious and in regards to that, because to me, it does affect someone in a certain way, like someone like me. I think, I don't know how many other people would feel that way, but you have to think that smells is one of your senses, and some people are more sensitive than not, and I am one of those people that are really, really sensitive about it. And I can remember that anytime, even after my accident, you know, I still remember that moment. And so, like, let me just go back to the Mille Feux, is that, to me, if you want to be, you know, smell impressive in a way to yourself, I mean, I'm not there to try to impress anybody, but I want to smell like how I feel. And that's why I have certain perfumes that I own really do show my personality in them. I like, why would you want to smell something awful versus something that when you spray it on, you're just like, oh my gosh, I feel so amazing today, you know? So just to let you know, this perfume did not make me feel that. It made me feel like completely down. It made me feel like I was living underneath the land, and there was no sunshine, and it was depressing. It was just, it wasn't uplifting, you know? So there you go. I hope you really like my my episode this week, and I hope you hit my subscribe button, and maybe like my video, or want to chit chat with me if you have any suggestions on what kind of perfume I want to try. I am really kind of looking for right now on the current perfumes. However, I am not against anything that are between 5 to 10 years old from release, especially if they're like a classic scent. And if this is your first episode and watching it, just so you know, I'm not like one of those people that are like experts when it comes to scents. I only smell, I'm only going to tell you how it affects me. I don't know much about foliage. I don't know much about like certain ingredients that are in there. And you know what, when I watch those or I read those, I don't understand what they're talking about. So this is for someone like me as well. So thank you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Bye.